Hello, third grade parents and families. I hope you are all well. I know that we have some parents who are still working outside of the home, and then we have parents who are working in the home. I applaud you for doing such an excellent job partnering with me to educate your child. Thank you for making my job a true pleasure, even as we are into this distance learning. I'd like to welcome you to the week of April 20th through 24th. May God bless us this week in our homes as we help our children. May He protect us and be our source of strength, rest, encouragement, and patience. I thank God for you, your children, our school, and our country. I'm happy to say that we now have 4 weeks left of third grade. Each week I will share a video like this for announcements and information instead of me sending a bunch of texts for you to read. I do want you to know that this week I do not need you to pick anything up from the school, and I don't need you to drop anything off at the school. There will not be a basket on the porch for third grade this week. I will give you further instructions about next week as the days approach. So starting this week, please use the binder that I delivered to your home. That binder has the schoolwork for the next 4 weeks. It has the homework packets that are stapled by week. So this week we'll have the entire week's worth of homework stapled together. Those are the sheets that I will need back to be graded. It also has the tests and the quizzes and the reading papers. All of those I would need back to be graded. It also has a little baggie of math manipulatives. I believe those are the ones that will be used for decimals in the weeks to come. So that binder is your source of materials. I want to relay some information based on our teacher meeting last week with Mr. Smith. Our main focus for school from this point forward is going to be on math, reading, and English. In light of that, we will not have any more Bible lessons. So any of my schedules that say to look for different Bible lessons, we did still have Nehemiah and Esther left. Any study guides or tests that you have covering Nehemiah and Esther, you can use those as family times. Perhaps you and your children could read the stories of Nehemiah and Esther from the Bible, or find some videos on YouTube to watch about them and fill out those sheets together, but that is not going to be a requirement. And in fact, a lot of the Bible curriculum has a lot of high vocabulary that we spend a lot of time in class doing, and I don't want that to be an added frustration with more lessons and more videos for you. We also will, at this point forward, all third graders are exempt from handwriting grades. I will not be grading anything for handwriting. Those of you who have some of the worksheets that I printed out, I do encourage you to have your child continue to use those to strengthen their formation of those letters that you have, but those are for you to keep. They weren't to be graded anyways. Those were for practice to strengthen the letter formation. Now at this time, I would like you to direct your attention to the daily schedule. Please check your email, because I have emailed the daily schedules for this week. In the binder, there is one piece of paper. It covers what you need to do this entire week. And I emailed you a daily breakdown, so you'll get to see what to do Monday, Tuesday, each day. And I'll just pause for a moment just to ask you, please be mindful of not rushing through or going on to the next week. I am putting my confidence in you for you to stay on schedule. When you are at home in any type of homeschooling environment, you will need to make some adjustments day by day, depending on your schedule, but please do not go on to the next week, so that your child can stay in line with our Zoom meetings and just doing the best at having daily lessons. At this time, I'm going to use a share screen. When I do videos and lessons with your child, I'll be using different backgrounds like you see here that have to do with our lesson. This one is to encourage you that doing school at home can be simply there at your kitchen table or any place where your child is doing their work. I'm going to share screen right now, which is something that I will do during some of our lessons. And this will be for you to see, make sure I can get this up here right. This will be for you to see, let's see if I can get this right. Here we go. This is for you to take a look at the schedule. So on your screen right now, you should be looking at Monday, April 20th and Tuesday, April 21st. Again, this is in your email that I have emailed to you. So at this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each subject just to discuss what the expectations are and give you some information about each. So starting with Bible, like I said, there will be no more Bible lessons for your child to do and complete for a grade. We will continue to memorize Hebrews 11, and the effort of completing this, a lot of our students are excited about the fact that by the end of 3rd grade, they'll have memorized the entire book of Hebrews. No, the whole book, the 11th chapter of Hebrews. And what I'm going to do for this from now on is, instead of doing a fill in the blank, every week during the one-on-one reading session, your child will recite their verse to me like we used to do in class. So this week is Hebrews 11, 35 through 37. And all week your child should be practicing that and saying it. When we're at school together, we would usually say it together at least 4-6 times during the day. And whatever you were doing at home, please know that I am going to be a little bit lenient with this, so that it's more like a fill in the blank, which means that I will give prompts to children who need prompts as they are reciting it to me on Zoom. Or for those, our entire class is not able to access Zoom. You'll notice in some of our Zoom meetings. So it's Zoom or Facebook video, whichever one that we are doing. Okay, on to spelling. With spelling, we will continue spelling. We have 3 weeks left. There are the homeschool videos that I have the links for on the homework sheets. You know your child. You know if your child is the one who has gotten hundreds each week. You know if your child is one who does struggle maybe with some of the spelling lessons or the spelling rules that we're learning. For everybody, I really highly encourage you to take advantage of that homeschool video for at least Monday. Monday introduces the spelling rule, and it's the most important spelling video of the week. I will expect our class to still do the homework for spelling, the practice worksheet on Monday, the review worksheet on Thursday, and Tuesdays is writing the words. Your child can continue to write the words twice on paper and submit that later, or if you would like to still use chalk to write it just once, it can be just one writing of the list, the words once, that's what I mean. And with chalk on the sidewalk, if you want to do something else that's creative, like having them write it on their dry erase board or painting them any kind of way, text me a picture of that, and that would be their 100% grade for doing that. And of course, there's the test. So with the homeschool videos, Wednesday is the practice test. The video actually administers it for you if you want to use that. Friday, the test as well. That teacher administers the test for you. On Wednesday, if your student gets 100% on all of the words and the sentence, then you can write 100% on the top and turn that in as the test. Thursday is an important video if you're able to fit that into your schedule still. Usually Thursdays are dictionary skills. This is the curriculum that fits in dictionary skills. So that's just a thought for you. Okay, let's move on to math. With math, I highly, highly recommend those homeschool videos. The reason for that is if your child does just the worksheet, then they're going to miss out. They're going to miss out on the daily review of 3rd grade math. Those homeschool videos, the same as what I would have been doing in the classroom, provide daily review of 3rd grade math concepts that we've learned all year. They also do review of different math facts. The other benefit of the homeschool videos is it teaches a conceptual understanding. This week they're starting division. When they are on the homeschool video, which I'm about to stop this, share of the schedule, and I'm going to share screen the website for the math video. You can just bear with me a moment. I'm going to switch to that. This is a feature of Zoom that I will be doing with your students this week as well in reading lessons and in our Zoom. And so here pretty soon you should see on your screen the Teacher Tools Bob Jones homeschool videos that they are providing for free because of the situation that we're in. So right here is an example of Monday's lesson. I think this is Mondays, it might be Wednesdays. But right here, you will see these are math manipulatives that I have sent home. This white part with the boxes is called the multiplication division mat, or tens frame, we call it at school sometimes. These red squares are the ones. They're in a baggie with big squares that are the hundreds and strips that are tens. So this teacher here will have them do the division problem on this mat so that their brains and their minds can grasp a conceptual understanding of division. And it is really crucial at this time in their lives, in their education process. If they can get this now in 3rd grade, then they're going to be that much more well prepared for 4th grade, even on up to middle school and high school, this firm foundation that they have right now. And I'm going to start this video. This teacher will also, they'll have this wherever on your table or anywhere, and they will complete this hands-on activity. This is what we would be doing in class as groups that they're missing if they only do the worksheet. This teacher, I'm going to forward, she will sit here and do problems where that worksheet is not going to reinforce what the quotient, the dividend, the divisor. I've provided your student with the dry erase boards where they can have their dry erase board right out and be working this problem with the teacher on the video. So as she writes on her board, your child can be writing on their board. At the end of these videos, the teacher gets to the work text. Now, like I have said on the papers, this is an older edition, so your child will have a different worksheet, but most of the time, the front of this sheet has the same problem. There will be at least a problem that is exactly the same. And I cannot stress enough the benefit of your child participating in those math videos. If you had to limit anything down with videos, I would say stick with the math videos for sure. So that is, oh, the other thing is Mr. Smith, he wants to, again, highly encourage you to use extra math. And I do have access to the teacher side of extra math. I can see who has been utilizing it. We have about 3 students who have been using it on a regular basis. Just know that it's 3rd grade is the crucial year in their education to have addition, subtraction, and multiplication memorized. Most middle schoolers and high schoolers, even college level, can remember back to memorizing their multiplication facts. And you know if your child has or not. If they haven't, this is an excellent time for you to do it at home, 5 minutes a day until they get through. And in that program, they'll get a certificate once they've mastered addition and then subtraction and multiplication. If your child has completed multiplication, which we have 1 student who has, I have gone ahead and entered division for your child. So if you log back in there when you finish multiplication, you can go on to division at this time. All right, so that is, I'm going to put us back onto sharing the screen for our schedule. Oh wait, actually, we're going to take a little break and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share this with you. We had our coloring contest. So here you can see we had 6 entries and I'm going to tell you who won. I had at least 12 people vote on these pictures. I could have never decided myself because I love them all. I especially love purple, so I may have just voted for purple. But here we have number 2, the one that is labeled 2, won for the most colorful, and that is Anila. Number 4, and I've got to tell you that all of these were very, very close in their votes. Number 4 was voted most detailed. I believe that's Brady, most detailed. And then number 5 was voted most creative. Or I might have gotten that, I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. Number 4 was most creative. Number 5 was most detailed. And number 5 is Leah. So congratulations to your children, and thank you for everybody who participated in that. Okay, let's go back to our schedule. I'm going to click my share screen and pull our schedule back up so we can all look at that together. Okay, so math, oh, I will tell you about the math. You will notice in the lessons, a lot of times I say just do evens or odds, because that paper that is colorful, that's for you to use with your child. And some of your children don't need to sit there so long doing every single problem and then doing the homework sheet. So you could have them do just evens, just odds. I do highly recommend that the review that's on the back that reviews past concepts like clocks, money, that you have them do all of those. But that won't be graded. I don't even need to look at those. You won't even turn those into me. Okay, let's move on to reading. You're going to have access to some reading videos that I'm going to be doing. They're going to look pretty similar to what I do in our one-on-one sessions. And they are very, if you are able to incorporate them watching these into your day, they'll be very short, and because they're also designed for them to pause the video, read a couple pages silently, and then start the video again so they can hear some comprehension questions. These videos will be very important to improve your students' comprehension skills, to get them thinking while they are reading independently, asking themselves questions as they are reading. The beginning of every story has 1 or 2 questions that they're supposed to be asking themselves as they read. And just developing that habit is what's going to help them. And if they watch these videos, by the time they get to the end of the week to the assessment page for reading, they're going to have already asked themselves a lot of the questions that are on that assessment page, to where they can understand and have that concept already answered for them. Okay, let's move on to English. With English, tomorrow's Zoom is going to be what is on the schedule for English. So we will be doing the cumulative review worksheet together, and I have video clips for us to watch to review all of the concepts and then fill out the sheet together. Every day, to the best of your ability, a big English grade for the rest of the weeks is that coronavirus journal. So as much as you can remember, each day, this is what I'm looking for. And I'm going to take this off of this share screen for English. With the journal, what I'm looking for when I grade is, by the time it's turned in at the end of the year, I need 20 days recorded. Each day, all I need is the date, 1 complete sentence, and your child knows what a complete sentence is. It's punctuation, capitalization, a subject and a predicate. So date, 1 complete sentence, and an illustration of that sentence, which means they draw whatever they're writing about. You can be as creative as you want. Your child can write more than that. That's just what I'm going to be looking for a grade. And that's that. So this blue folder is much of what is left for reading, this blue folder. Inside there are these lessons that are called Keeping Up. And right here is an example of the lesson. If you go ahead and open up your child's, there are instructions that tell them just what to do. This year, they've done it all year long during our writing units. They get a lined piece of paper, write their name, the date, and KU stands for Keep Up. And this KU would be, you can't see it there, but lesson 131, they would write KU 131 on the top and answer the questions. Such as number 1 says, write the complete sentence. There's 2 sentences there. They read them, they choose which one is actually a complete sentence, and they write it next to number 1 on their paper. And so some of our students have had difficulty reading these instructions and following them. Just try to help make sure that your student has actually answered them. Sometimes with Zoom, we might do some of those together. So that is it for English. And then we will go on to Heritage Studies and Health. We will continue Heritage Studies and Health, and that will just consist of doing what you've done all year long with reading it. Yes, they're missing us reading it together in class. If you have time, following my recommendations there for you reading and then reading with you, answering the questions, just know I'm not checking the book. The comprehension checks will only help them with the tests and the quizzes. If you know your child, if they have been successful with their grades, which our class has done excellent in both science and heritage studies all year. But that's up to you how you want to do that. Most benefit from writing the answers. If sometimes you want to just go over the questions verbally, that is up to you as a parent. One thing this week that you're going to see, and I'm going to share screen this right now. One thing that you're going to see is I have put Quizlet links on your, if you just bear with me, I'm trying to get this set up. I have put links for Quizlet on your schedules. So I'm going to click on, here's Quizlet. To share this. So you should be seeing a picture of Quizlet. Once you click on my link, it will allow your child to start using Quizlet, but then it's going to pop up after a couple minutes that you need to sign in or create an account. It's free. You just create your account, and then every time you click on the link, it will go open up to your account. So I hope that this will work for you. It's something that you can do right on your phone, right on your smartphone. So like here, for instance, as you look at this with me, this is asking them, what is this state? And so we're on flashcards right now. This is Abeka History Quiz 13. We're on flashcards. They click on it, oh, it's Idaho. And then they can move on to the next flashcard. Montana, there's Montana. Go on to the next one. This is telling them that Nevada, Oregon. Okay, flipping through, going through. They can also, there's many different things. They can go ahead and click on write, and they'd have to write the answer. Matching, this matching one is kind of fun. It's like a game. So they have to find, oh, look, there's California. Okay, you know, not really sure. Oh, I know that this is Washington right here. Elizabeth Elliot worked to translate the Bible into other languages. And this is going to help them with their quiz and their time there. So there's just an example of what you'll be using with, or what you could use with Quizlet. Please, please, please let me know at any time if you or your child are very frustrated or overwhelmed. Oh, also help also has the Quizlet links on there. So studying and reviewing for help and heritage studies with the Quizlet. All right, so that's going through all those subjects. Now, last thing I just want to cover is Zoom. So each week we will Monday and Wednesday, 11 o'clock, have a whole class Zoom session. And this week you'll see on the schedule that Monday is going to cover English, and it's the exact lesson for that day. They don't need to complete it before our Zoom session. It's best if they don't, or I mean, maybe it's okay if they do. On Wednesday this week, we're going to cover math, and it's going to be just a math lesson that we do together with our dry erase boards, similar to in class, but kind of a shorter one. We'll do the worksheets together. Our Zoom one-on-ones this week will be with reading, and they'll recite their Bible verse. So whether it's Thursday or Friday, they'll recite their Bible verse to me and verses, and then reading. Whatever lesson you're on that day, I'll do that lesson with them. They might complete the worksheet after our time of reading together, but just kind of help you out too, that they can do the lesson with me and then their worksheet afterwards, unless it's something that we'll do together during our 30 minutes. Outside of that, you can request a one-on-one Zoom with me at any time, any other day of the week. I have already done some Zoom with Heritage Studies with one student who wanted me to read with her, and then we answered the questions together. I've done Zoom one-on-ones with other English Many with the sentences that are due. Yes, they're due this Wednesday, but not turning them in this Wednesday because you're not turning anything in. So if there's still some needed help with building those sentences, I'm available all the other times. I'm still your teacher. This is my job, and I would love to do more Zoom. I have done one-on-ones with math as well. Any math lesson, I can do that with your child. If you're frustrated any day, or if your child's ever asking you that they want to see me, they want me to do a lesson with them, please text me at any time. I think that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to share with you for this week. I know that was a lot of information, and most of these announcement videos will not need to be this long. Thank you so much for your time. I am here whenever you need me. I know that I have the schedule just during the day, but I'm available anytime if your schedule needs to be alternated. Thank you so much for entrusting your children's education to me. Thank you for partnering with me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.